Om Shanti. Today in the Murli, Baba is asking us to have all relationships with him. And he says that I am the saccharine of all relationships. So you know what a saccharine is. It's very concentrated, sweet. Yes, so, and even one drop of it or one, little piece of it can give you a lot of sweetness. You can mix it in a lot of water or something and it'll make it sweet. So Baba says, I am like that concentrated sweetness. And when you remember me, you can get the sweetness of all relationships from me. Now, why does Baba say that you forget all your relationships and experience the sweetness of all relationships with me? What is wrong with every relationship that we have? So what if I am trying to experience the sweetness of relationship from my spouse or my child or my parents? What is the problem with that? Or, my phone, because phones are very sweet these days and they are giving you the sweetness of the ultimate sweetness of a relationship. So most people are in relationship with their phones. So what if I am getting my sweetness from there? What is the problem? And some relationships are really sweet. Yes, some are bitter, so you want to change them, but then some are sweet. They do as you say, they are there for you. You have such relationships. Yes, some of them are really sweet. And then Baba says, no, you have to stop experiencing that sweetness from those relationships and experience the sweetness of all relationships from me. Why do you think Baba says that? Is Baba just being plain jealous? Yes, sometimes. Is Baba behaving very jealous, full of jealousy, or is there any reason to it? What is it? Who will tell me? Vicky bhai bolo.
Yeah, I think maybe, no, I think because all the relationships are limited and this is the unlimited.
Yes,
So,
yes, thank you. So, like he shared that all relationships are limited, and then Vijay Bhai says that those relationships are temporary and they are perishable and can be a source of sorrow. So that's the issue. Yes, and then also, if you see every person who we are in a relationship with is vicious. Yes. So nobody is pure. So nobody is free from lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed. And then the thing is, if you are in a relationship with someone, they make you like themselves. Yes, they demand, they command, they expect, and ultimately the pull of the relationship is such that you have to become like them. Yes, let's take the example of a parent, a normal parent. Now, today in the Murli, Baba says that even the Lokik father, the father of the body, gives sorrow. Now, why does Baba say that? It's not just because he will die one day and you will feel sorrowful. That is one thing. Like everybody said, that they are perishable. That's fine. But then also because your father will force you to get married or have a life based on lust. So And if you don't do that, they will not like it, because that's what they have learned and that's what they think is the right thing to do. And then the relationship becomes a source of giving you sorrow, because lust is the step to sorrow. So no father will tell you become pure. Yes. I don't know, even, I have seen BKs also who embrace purity. They will also encourage their children to get married. So this is how strong conventional wisdom is. And then so this is what Baba is saying, that every person, every relationship is lustful, or at least one thing is about impurity, another thing is about attachment. So every relationship will encourage you to become attached to them. Yes, so don't you ask other people, don't you miss me? You should miss me. So you want people to miss you, but do you understand that when they miss you, they will feel bad? That's sorrow. So why do you want them to be sorrowful? Why don't you teach them to be okay without you? But you don't like it when people are okay without you. Do you like it? Yes, somebody says, I'm enjoying my life when you're not there. You don't like it. You say you should be miserable when I'm not there. And if it is not so, then this is a sign of lack of love. But no. Baba says this is what, and Baba in the Murli also says that if you cannot find time in the morning, find time in the evening, Baba doesn't take it personally that you should listen to the Murli in the morning only. He encourages it because it's good for you. But Baba says if circumstances don't allow, read it in the evening or listen to it in the evening. That's also for you. And Baba doesn't feel bad, or Baba doesn't mind if you are not on the right path. He is just worried about you. He is not, he doesn't mind. He doesn't feel bad. He doesn't complain. So every relationship is, and we pass on this tendency of greed, lust, attachment, ego, whatever we have inside us, to the ones we love, supposedly. That's not love, of course, but that's how we pass it on to them. And then whatever sanskars we have, we pass it on to them. And then they become a true photocopy of the suffering that we are suffering. Yes, they are also suffering in the same way that we are suffering. And most people will say, my mother was also like that, my father was also like that, and then, I learned it from this person and that person. When we are all suffering. And in Hindi, there is a very good expression. We say, dard ka rishta. We say, this is a relationship of sorrow. And this is a very clear expression, because in fact, we are all in a relationship to make each other miserable. And this is why we are in a relationship with so many people. And then at the end of the life, we are so miserable. And then Baba says, now you understand that I am your father, I am your mother, I am your beloved, I am your teacher, I am your guru, I am your everything, and you just have to have a relationship with me. Yes, and I once had read a quotation, I don't know. So, they say that even if people fail you, let you do good anyway. Or even if they give you sorrow, you give happiness anyway. Or I don't remember the whole quotation. It's a very beautiful one. So even if people hate you, you be loveful anyway. Even if nobody cooperates, you persevere anyway. because ultimately it's not between you and them, it's between you and God. And that quotation fits very nicely into today's Murli, because Baba also says that your account is not with anybody else. So even if you see somebody as your father, mother, or beloved, or you see somebody as your child, or you see somebody as your boss or teacher, Baba says, don't go by what they are saying if it is in conflict with what I am saying. Because ultimately, all your accounts are with me. And there is only one relationship which we need to maintain, which is my relationship with Baba. And in every other relationship, Baba says, you just have to be loveful, tolerant, peaceful, and just go about life. You don't have to be bothered about it. So even if somebody is unhappy, you have to keep giving them love and peace and everything, but you don't have to surrender to what they are saying. Do you get it? And I will tell you one thing, that the truth will see the light of the day. So every soul, because Gyan says that every soul is by design knowledgeful, peaceful, loveful, happy, blissful, powerful, right? Pure. So even if the rust is too much and somebody is not able to see this today, somebody is not able to appreciate purity or peace or spiritual love, they want a love which is more the attachment kind or something. If you just increase the power of what Baba is giving you, if you just stay in his remembrance, they will see that eventually. Every soul will see that eventually, and they will also feel connected to Baba like you are feeling connected. But the thing is, you don't have to go into this confusion that this is my beloved and they are upset, and this is my parent and they are upset. You should know that I'm right with Baba, and that's what matters. And Baba is not teaching me to be rude, or not teaching me to neglect, or not teaching me to upset somebody. So I have to be right with Baba. I do not have to cross my line of purity or peace or love. And then what I have to do is, in that state of spiritual love, I have to keep going in that relationship. Yes, so I don't have to give sorrow, I don't have to take sorrow. And if you can be right in a relationship, I tell you, that relationship will, that person, that soul will sooner or later see Baba's work in that relationship. And this is my personal experience. Because I have been in relationship with souls who have been in relationship with Baba, and I was not in a relationship with Baba. And I was expecting something else in that relationship. But then when I saw their relationship with Baba, it made me fall in love with Baba. But then I also saw that a relationship with Baba, if a soul has a relationship with Baba, it makes them very sweet. So I did not see them bitter, I did not see them angry. I saw them firm, I saw them very determined, but I did not see them bitter or angry. And then there was a genuine regard that I had from my heart, and it made me appreciate that a relationship with Baba is worth having. And that's what made me fall in love with Baba. So Baba says, if you have a true relationship with Baba, then not only will that relationship make you, better day by day, but also that relationship will help other people have a relationship with Baba. Yes, and Baba. So let me take the question. There is a question. If BK suggests people not to marry, I thought being in this life, you still need to do your karmas and fulfill your responsibilities, and you need to become soul conscious and bring up the quality of the soul. See, when a person gets, so you must understand one thing, that any relationship is basically a settlement of karmic account. Yes, so whenever a relationship comes up, although we celebrate it and we think that, we are all going to make each other's life comfortable and better, that's what Maya makes us believe. But actually, we are coming together to make each other miserable, because that's how karmic settlement comes up. But Baba says that if you are already into a karmic settlement, which is a person is married or a person has children, those are karmic accounts. Let's take it very, flat, very openly. They're karmic accounts. So if you have a karmic account, you have it. You can't run away from it. So you take support, strength from Baba and settle it. But if you don't have a karmic account, yes, so don't go about creating it. Yes, so don't look for a new relationship. When you have come to Baba, forge all relationships with Baba. And then don't try to create new relationships consciously. Baba says, even, it's not just about marriage, even friendship or, new connections. Why do you need to build them? Baba says they will bring another kind of settlement for you. But Baba says that whoever you meet, whenever you are with somebody, because you are in the world and you will not be isolated, you will have a profession, you will have other people coming over. So whenever you meet somebody, do not meet somebody with the intention to create a new relationship which is emotional. Yes, have the intention that you want to uplift them from that emotional side, and you want to change them from sensitive to sensible, which is you be on the field of service. Yes, so like we are meeting now, we have a relationship, correct? We meet every day. But then this relationship is not to make each other dependent on us, but make each other dependent on Baba and make each other independent of each other eventually. Yes, so that is the kind of relationship you create after you belong to Baba. And then, what's wrong with, so there is this interesting question that somebody asked me. So what's wrong if I marry somebody and try to make them independent? Okay, so marriage for seva. So that's also something that, the human mind is very bizarre. So if you think that, then one must understand that why do we say that relationships are a form of karmic settlement? Because whenever you enter a relationship, then lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed are part of the contract in which you are entering. And then you will be in a conflicting situation where the social contract will be in conflict with Baba's contract. And then you will have to work too hard to actually make that relationship platonic. Yes, so because the social contract will give rise to expectations which will be very different from what you are intending to do in that relationship, and then it will become very, very difficult. Yes, because lust is demanded in a marriage. It's demanded, it's commanded in a marriage. You cannot, even the court will say that it's wrong to not have a relationship based on lust. So this is why don't enter into a social contract. Even if the social contract is unwritten, there is still a contract. Yes, so there is expectation which is supposedly very natural in a relationship between two people according to social rules. So this is why Baba says that when you come to Baba and you understand that every relationship is merely a karmic settlement, then what you do is you don't consciously enter into new relationships. If you have a karmic settlement, it will come some way, that's different. But you don't make an effort to do it. Okay, and I have this experience with these two things, effort and responsibility. So, when I was working with the government, so when I joined the job, then somebody gave me a very good guidance the first day. They said that they put you in any department, stay happy there. Never write an application, I want to go to this department. Because, if you are where they have put you, then you face a problem, they will understand it and they will address it. But if you have applied that I want to be in this department and you face a problem, nobody will come to your rescue. So, Baba also says that you see, there are some karmic settlements which crop up on their own. If you have a settlement, it will come up, right? But don't make conscious effort. So it's not like you judge somebody if they are in a relationship, because that's their karmic settlement. You can't help it, correct? But then if you don't see one in the near future, don't consciously create it. Because if you're consciously creating it, then Baba will not help you, you have to help yourself. So Baba cannot take responsibility of what you are consciously creating. So this is something that we need to understand very well. And I don't want to go into the details, but I have seen people suffer very badly for making conscious efforts to create these new bondages. Okay. So at times, some friends pop in your life, you help them, and then they or you get attached to them. Is that not correct? Yes. So we get attached because we are empty, right? So you don't get attached because of them, you get attached because of yourself. And when you are in a place where you have done the work of forging these relationships with Baba, then you will be in a place where they will get attached to you. You will not get attached to them. And ultimately, they will get attached to Baba through you. So you will become the building block, and then they will ultimately reach Baba through you, because you belong to Baba. Okay, so that's it. Now I want to read out the Murli a little first. So Baba says, "Sweet children, you have the limitless treasure of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Donate them. No one should go away from your door empty-handed." Now let's understand this very well. So, donating the treasures of knowledge is not a one-day thing. Yes, so when Baba says that donate the jewels of knowledge, it's not like you have a phone conversation and you give them gyan in that conversation. It's about becoming an instrument for a place where a soul can come, do the course, take the knowledge, read the Murli every day, get guidance, get support of every kind. So Baba says that when you have the jewels of knowledge, you have to make provision for it to be given to everyone. Like, let me tell you one simple analogy. If you have many jewels, okay, if you have diamonds and gold and everything, and can you just sell them just like that without a shop? You have to have a shop. And do you know that with a shop, it's also very important to have the right furniture and the right showcase and the right boxes in which to put them, because you can't sell jewels just like that. So you cannot hurry with knowledge. You cannot be in haste. You have to give the jewel that they need at the right time, and they have to be served right. Yes, and then otherwise, this whole experience, which is meant to be so extraordinary, will become very ordinary. And then the whole point will be missed. So when Baba says that you have the jewels, so donate them. No one should go away from your door empty handed. Baba means that you should become an instrument for a center where the seva is going on. And this whole donation of jewels takes a lot of infrastructure. Yes, you need the right frame of mind, you need proper time, you need availability, you need a lot of things. You need purity, you need peace to give these jewels. So Baba says, if you have the resources, then support the center so that they can function well. Because you understand the importance of these jewels. Do you understand the importance of these jewels? Yes, and once somebody asked me, why did you choose this life? So I said that I understood that what Baba is giving is very precious, and I understood that everybody should have it. And this is why you have to become an instrument. And an instrument has to be completely surrendered. These jewels of knowledge cannot be given in a half-hearted way. It requires complete renunciation, complete surrender. Only then will they carry the value that is going to be delivered to the soul in front of you. So Baba says, if you have understood the value of these jewels of knowledge, then support the shops or support the centers where these jewels are being given. And today in the Murli, Baba says, anyway, everything is going to be destroyed. So why don't you donate it to a good cause where every soul will receive the knowledge, the power to be themselves and to connect with the Supreme. Okay, so this is what Baba means. And the question today is, I will tell you one more example about an instance about this. So there was this young sister who used to come to me, and she refused to she refused to read the Murli. She said that I just want to be connected with you, and I don't want to read the Murli, and I just want you to talk to me, and I will come to you. And I was naive at that time. So I thought that, okay, even if she wants to connect with me, I'm connected to Baba. So let me just, try to give her what she wants. And, she came for about 2 months, and I gave her the time. But later I ran out of energy. I couldn't give her extra time apart from that. And then I realized that your ultimate, if anybody has to prosper and grow, it can only happen when they get connected to Baba ultimately. So, whenever you are trying to donate jewels of knowledge, never try to do it independently. Like, sometimes we just try to give them one guidance or, something from the Murli, but always make that process. Of course, it will be a process. Nobody can come and read the Murli on the first day. It will be a process, but then you should be able to see clearly that ultimately this person has to get connected with Baba and understand and appreciate the Murli. Because only Baba can give you jewels of knowledge forever. No human being can give you that. They don't have that much. Okay, so, and even with this class, because it is Murli Manthan, it can be sustained. If it is not Murli Manthan, you cannot sustain it. So this is something that you need to understand. Jewels of knowledge means connection with Baba, and jewels of knowledge means helping the center, which is surrendered to this task. And it's not a small journey, it's a big task. Okay. Now, Baba today asks, what Srimad does the father, who is the saccharine of all relationships, give his children? So, Baba is the saccharine of all relationships, and he gives the Srimad, sweet children, remove your intellect's yoga from everything else and continue to remember me alone. Nothing of this world, no friends or relatives should be remembered, because everything at this time causes sorrow. In order to become a master of the world, you definitely have to make effort to settle your karmic accounts of 63 births. Now, we have to focus on this part. Baba says that you have karmic accounts of 63 births and you have to settle them. Yes? And how do karmic accounts come up? So, they mess up your mind, they mess up your body, they mess up your relationships, and they mess up your finances. Okay? And when they come up, what do? You react. And that aggravates them. And when they come up, and if you are very peaceful, knowledgeful, powerful, and you just cross them without getting affected and keep doing the needful that they require, then they get settled. And do you understand that when Baba says 63 births of karmic accounts means it's not going to be less, it's huge. And this is why every 2 minutes something will come up. These days, do you see, every 2 minutes you have a feeling which is driving you crazy. There's something going on in your mind, there's something happening in your body, and then you are not able to be at peace. And then Baba says, This is the kind of scenario that 63 births of karmic accounts can create. And for their settlement, you have to have a lot of power. And only when you consciously pay attention to Baba's remembrance and understanding and experiencing Baba as the only one you have all relationships with, then you will be able to settle them. And they're not going to be less. It's not just what's happening in the body, but what's happening inside is a big karmic account settlement. And then Baba says you will be able to settle them only if you have developed all relationships with Baba and drawn in the power which you will require at that time. So just like, you have the sense that you anticipate that you have to use water all day, so you fill your tank in the morning. So you should have the sense to fill yourself up because you anticipate that these things are going to happen. And this is knowledge. What is knowledge? Having the vision of what's going to happen. And Baba is giving us that whole vision because Baba has given us the knowledge that 63 births of karmic account you have, and it's not going to be easy. So just take care to fill yourself up enough. And you can only fill yourself up if you forge all relationships with Baba. So this is what Baba is saying. And Baba says, forget everything and become bodiless, because if you are attached to anything, that is going to mess you up. So forget everything and become bodiless, for only then will your accounts be settled. And Baba says, I am the saccharine of all relationships. So if you connect with me, you will have what people, places, and things can give you. And Baba is capable fully of fulfilling your heart. But Baba says you have to make the effort to build that relationship with me, because it's not going to happen on its own. We are away from Baba for the last 63 births, and we have to make an effort to be connected with Baba again. Okay? So these meditations that we do in the beginning and end, these are tips, these are kind of, these are practices. And then you have to sit alone and bring Baba into your awareness and experience Baba in one relationship at a time and try to build that relationship. It's an effort. You have to sit with yourself and with Baba a lot before you start experiencing Baba in all relationships with you. Okay, Om Shanti.